Hello Snarkatarians, what's up? It's Jess. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know it's been a couple weeks since I posted anything. I was on vacation this week. I haven't done one of these in a while. I thought I'd do an empties video. If you're kind of not familiar with what that is, basically you're going through my trash with me, and it's just going through makeup products, beauty, like skincare products, hair care products, body products that I've gone all the way through. I've completely finished. Some things are repeats, things that I know that I really like and I continue to get. Other things, I will let you know what I thought about them, if I'm going to repurchase those or if I'm going to try something else in the meantime. So like I said, it's actually been a little while, a couple weeks since I posted anything. I was on vacation last week down in Virginia. It was much needed, I have to say. And I'm feeling a bit more refreshed. However, today's Sunday, we left last Saturday, came back Wednesday. I haven't actually had any makeup on since Tuesday this week, and it's actually, I have to say, it's actually been kind of nice. But I was pretty excited to do a full face. I haven't really been motivated at all this week to do anything. I had 2 days off, like Thursday and Friday off before the weekend. I'm like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I didn't do any of that. No motivation whatsoever. So I was actually happy when I decided I was going to do a video today, put on a full face of makeup. And because having this channel, I don't really get to go through a lot of foundations, a lot of makeup, because it takes a long time. Even if I use them on an everyday basis, it takes a long time to actually get through something. So I don't have like foundations, I don't have blushes, I don't have palettes or anything like that, generally in empties videos anyway. So I thought it probably wouldn't be a bad idea just to go through some of my other things and use things that I don't normally touch. I used a different primer today, I used a different foundation today, and that was a mistake. I feel like I haven't done makeup in about 5 years. And you can't tell, thank goodness, with the lighting and everything, but the foundation, the concealer, even stuff that I use on an everyday basis looks bad. Bad. Disastrously bad. My under eyes look creasing, like things that I use, my concoction that I use every single day is not working today. So thanks, makeup. Makeup's like, thanks for coming back to us. We're gonna make things really difficult for you. So it's been a challenge, and I don't know what my hair is doing today either. Yeah. So before we get into this video, if you're interested or like this kind of thing, certainly give it a thumbs up. Hey, join the Snarkatarian family. I know there is a Snarkatarian maybe hidden deep down inside. Let her out. Let him out. Let it out. Join us. Be one with us. Let freedom ring. Bring out your inner Snarkatarian and hang out with us. So subscribe, ring the notifications bell just so you know when I do end up putting up new content. I try to do things once a week, put things up once a week. It doesn't always happen because of life. But I'm here for you, and I appreciate it when you come and join me. So we're going to get started right now. I'm going to start with some facial care, some cleansers and things that, again, I use on a daily basis pretty much. This is the Pacifica Seafoam Complete Face Wash. This has coconut water and sea algae. I think this stuff cleanses really nicely. If you're not familiar with the Pacifica brand and you like vegan and cruelty-free items, this is a fantastic brand. It's very reasonably priced. I think this is like $10 at Ulta. You can get it at Target. I don't think I've seen it at Walmart. But like I said, it is 100% vegan and cruelty-free. They also have cosmetics. One of my very first videos I posted was their a light foundation, which is great. And again, if you're looking for vegan and cruelty-free options, definitely go with that. I feel like this is part of my secondary cleansing portion, and I think this gets everything else off that my balms and things don't. I like the smell of it. It's like a coconutty kind of thing, and it rinses off really cleanly. It's good for sensitive skin. So I will repurchase this. As a matter of fact, I have a new one and I'm using it right now. CeraVe. This is another cleanser I use. This is actually Matt uses it too. I keep it in the shower. This is the hydrating facial cleanser. It's more for normal to dry skin. I definitely have drier skin. I'm feeling really dry right now because it's allergy season, and I'm like rubbing my face, and for some reason I'm breaking out a little bit too. Not in the normal places like in my chin. It's like up here and on my cheekbones. I don't know what it has to do with a pillow or the way I'm sleeping. It's a little annoying, but I'm feeling that my skin is a little bit more sensitive right now. This has hyaluronic acid. It is fragrance free. It is creamy. It also has ceramides, but it doesn't have any of the soapy things that really dry your skin. Phthalates, phthalates, fluorides, things like that. So this is really good for sensitive skin as well. It rinses off really nicely. It is not something that I would use on at night to take my makeup off. This is definitely something that I use more in the morning, and in the shower it comes off really nicely. I do have one in the shower again currently, and Matt uses it as well, as I mentioned before. So this is a repeat product that I buy. This I've talked about a few times. This is a St. Ives Energizing Coconut and Coffee Scrub. I use this about twice a week, usually like a Wednesday and Saturday. It smells amazing. And it's one of those, I know a lot of people don't recommend using the really gritty scrubs, but just don't press hard. It is gritty, but the smell is amazing. It's super like coffee and a little bit of coconut, and it just polishes my skin. Again, I only use it twice a week. Matt also uses this as well every once in a while, and he really seems to like it. He was using it a lot more than he should, and I told him, back off, stop using it, because I want to use it more. But I'll share. Sharing is caring. But it definitely exfoliates. It's more of a deep exfoliator, cleanses, polishes the skin. This, I think I'm probably on my third one now. Again, I usually get this through Target. I love this stuff. Affordable as well. As far as cleansing balms, I've tried probably a myriad of them at this point. The one that I had been using, I do like the Clinique Take the Day Off balm. I like that one a lot. That's the first balm that I actually used. And then I had heard that Pond's had come out with a cleansing balm, cold cream cleansing balm as well. Super affordable. I think this is $10, roughly the same amount of product in it. So I thought, why not? Give it a try, especially since it's so affordable. Now, I know they sell it at Walmart. For whatever reason, they don't sell it at my Walmart, which is really annoying. I found it at a different Walmart, one that I don't frequent very often. I keep looking every time I'm in my closer Walmart, and it's never there. So I'm a little disappointed with that. This works. I don't feel like it rinses off quite as well as the Clinique, and but for the price wise, I think it's good. I usually put this on my face first thing when I go to take off my makeup, and then rinse it off, and then use a cleansing cloth to get some of that excess off as well. So the one time I did go, I was completely out of this and didn't see it. I decided to try it. This is the Physicians Formula Perfect Matcha Cleansing Balm. This is a couple dollars more, maybe $12 or so in total. It's a little less. This has 1.4 ounces. Pond's is 3.38. So you do get a lot more in here for less money. But honestly, I think the Physicians Formula works a lot better for me. I had heard some people kind of complain about the smell of it, that it's really strong. I don't think so at all. I think it's quite lovely. It's kind of like a green tea, matcha, very kind of fresh smell, but I find it to be very minimal. This is only the first one that I've used. I am almost out. The one thing I like about this that Pond's doesn't have is it has a little scooper here. You just kind of, scoop it out so you're not digging your fingers in. The Clinique does not have that one. So I have a little bit, oh, there it is. I have a little bit left, and I will definitely be finishing that up probably in the next day or two. I will get this again. I think it rinses off really, really nicely. I think it rinses off better than the Pond's does. I did actually pick up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, I did pick up the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm, so I'll be using that next. But when I run out of that, I think it's fantastic. I think I got it for like $15. If you get the chance, if it's on sale, grab it, pick it up, because it is definitely worth it. There's a lot of product in there. You don't need much. Cleans your face really well. It takes a lot of the makeup off. It's not sticky, it's not oily. Rinses off really clean, and feels good. So between the two, I would prefer to go with the Clinique, but because it's more expensive, I do like the Physicians Formula one. Either one of those I think is fantastic. So moving on to more the moisturizer skincare aspect of my life. Serums, moisturizers, things like that. I've gone through a few different things, two of which are from Timeless. I have the hyaluronic acid, pure hyaluronic acid, and then I also have the Timeless Matrixyl Synthi 6 serum, again from Timeless. I started using serums through Timeless. I had found out about these through Angie at Hot and Flashy, and I think a lot of her knowledge is very helpful. She does a lot of in-depth study onto ingredients. She knows her stuff with that, and she uses Timeless quite a bit. I have also used their C plus E plus ferulic acid serum, and I'm debating. I haven't used that in a while. My skin honestly hasn't quite looked the same since I stopped using it. I don't know what it is about it. It just makes my skin glow. It makes it look bright. And I'm not quite getting that with some of the vitamin C products that I've been using lately. But the hyaluronic acid is great for moisturization. You want to make sure that you put it on when your face is wet. I like to use like a facial mist, like a Mario Badescu facial spray. And then while I'm still drying down, I put the hyaluronic acid on. And that's supposed to lock in your moisture and keep your skin dewy and fresh throughout the day. I like this. This is very reasonably priced on their website. I may go back to this, but there's so many companies putting out hyaluronic acid that are, easier to get and obtain, and I think do just as well. And there's hyaluronic acid in everything anymore. So I don't know if I'm going to necessarily repurchase this, but I liked it when I had it. This Matrixyl Synthi 6 serum, I think, worked really nicely in conjunction with the vitamin C serum that I had through Timeless. I think this is probably my second or third bottle that I had gotten, and same thing with the vitamin C. I think I maybe did that in my last empties video. I hadn't used it since, just because I was trying out other things. Again, they're not super expensive. I think this is like $25, but there are companies like The Ordinary, which I'm going to talk about in a second, that are even cheaper. As a matter of fact, I am almost out of this. I will probably run out of this sometime this week. This is the Ordinary Buffet. They're getting a lot of this product through Ulta. It's like every time I turn around and look at new arrivals, there's more products from the Ordinary coming out. And I just ordered a few things that I'm gonna try. So I'll let you know, I'll give you updates on that as far as skincare routines. But the Buffet has all kinds of stuff in it. It's multi-technology peptide serum, and there's other stuff in it as well. I kind of use this, have been using this as a replacement for the Matrixyl Synthi 6 serum from Timeless. There's a lot of words. Words are hard. Like I said, I haven't been very motivated, and I'm going to go in with all kinds of verbiage and stuff like that. And can I tell you, I'm starting to embrace fall. I have some pumpkins around here. Went to Target, refilled my canisters in the kitchen, put little pumpkins in it and stuff, and it's 90 degrees outside. I'm sweating. Make up your mind, fall, honestly. But I did reorder this. I think this is my first bottle. I am reordering my second along with a couple other things as well. So I will let you know what I think about those and how those work. I did also reorder this, so this should be coming. This is a CeraVe AM Facial Moisturizing Lotion with SPF of 30. I pretty much use this every day, and this is the first time I'm reordering this, repurchasing. It has 3 essential ceramides, niacinamide, and hyaluronic acid. It is oil-free. It doesn't normally pill up with my makeup. It doesn't feel greasy. It doesn't feel slimy. It doesn't make my makeup slide around or anything like that. It works really well with the majority of my primers and foundations. And it doesn't have much of a white cast. I don't do a lot of selfies with flash or anything like that, so there may be some flashback with this particular sunscreen, but I use it every day and I really like it, and I am getting more. What's next? Oh, I forgot about this. I do have a few masks that I gotten for Christmas from Amazon. I haven't been masking as much as I have in the past, and I feel like my skin is suffering because of that. But this is from Real Nature. This is a kelp mask. I don't know when I used this. It was probably several months ago. But I like the facial masks, and then I like, you know, kind of taking the leftover serum and kind of rubbing it over my face after I'm done with the mask, and just kind of getting that in, letting it sink in. These are Korean. Again, they're from Amazon. They have, or at least they're ordered from Amazon, and you get a bunch of them in a pack. And I was using these quite a bit. This has, this is actually from the Face Shop, I guess is the brand that you can get through Amazon. You can get a bunch of different things. I usually just reach in and grab one, kind of like a lottery, and see what I pull out, and see how that works after. I usually use it after the St. Ives face scrub to kind of get those pores open, and then I put the mask on. It's getting hot in here. And this is a testament, this is going to be a test to the new deodorant that I got, and I will share that with you shortly. But in the meantime, I got to fan down a little bit. I'm melting. Moving on to makeup. Like I said, it's not like I go through a lot of foundations or even primers. I'll go through primers every once in a while because there's some that I just use all the time. And but foundations, no. Palettes, it's very hard to go through. What I have gone through though is a lot of brow products, apparently. These are probably my holy grail that I use. It's the BH Studio Pro HD Brow Pencil in medium. I actually have two here that I've gone through. Nice skinny point. I can kind of show you the point. It's very small. You get the point. And then it has a little spoolie. Whoa, somewhere. A little spoolie right here. I actually don't even use the little spoolie anymore. I have one that came with a brush set that I tend to use a little bit more because it's a little fuller. I don't know. It makes sense to use this. I do usually, but all of a sudden I haven't really been using that. So I have two of these that I've gone through. I have one currently that I'm using, and I have another on backup because I think I got these for like, they were having a sale. It was like $3.50 a piece or something like that. So I got 3 of them. Might as well. I used them. And then the other one that I had gone through is the Urban Decay Brow Blade in Taupe Trap. I love this thing. In conjunction, I love this. Has a nice little felt tip. Nothing left on that. It's pretty dry. And then the other side does have a little waterproof pencil as well. And I did go through all that. The pencil isn't my favorite. I feel like it's a little waxier than the BH one that I use. Those tend to be a little creamier and blend out nicer. This is a little lighter and like I feel a little waxier, but I love the blade. I did get another one. I am currently using that. Again, I use the 2 of these in conjunction quite a bit. So I will continue to get these unless something else comes along that's better. So far, haven't found it. I need to get my butt to Rite Aid. I hope they still have these. These are the Wet n Wild singles. This is in Brulee. I dropped it in the sink one day and it shattered, and now I got like little pebbles in there. But I still kind of try and tap the brush in it and get some on. I use this to put over my eye primer just to give it a little bit of a smoother base so my eyeshadow blends a little better when I use it. This is the only one I've ever gotten, and it's taken me quite some time to actually get through this. Like I said, I probably would have a lot more if I hadn't dropped it. So, but I can't find them in, I look in Ulta, I know they don't have them in Ulta. Well, they do have Wet n Wild in Ulta, but they don't have these in Ulta. I can't find them in Walmart. I can't find them in Target. The only place I've ever found this particular shade is in my Rite Aid, and I haven't been there in a while. So I need to check it out and get more. I think these are like $1, like 99 cents. I should have just grabbed a bunch of them, like whatever was there. But this is a nice little neutral base to put over my lid after my eye primer. So I will be getting more of these. Hopefully I can find them. And then I'm not fully out of this, but I've been using it for quite some time. This is the MAC Fix Plus, a good old standby. This is like back apparently old school YouTube beauty guru stuff before I even knew what this whole thing was about. It's the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. It smells really nice. It has a nice mister. It's good. It feels nice on the face. I think it prolongs the length of time that my makeup is on my face. Certainly it helps. It helps definitely kind of melt everything together, especially if you're wearing powder on your face, and just kind of make it blend seamlessly together. So I will probably repurchase one of these. They have a ton of different versions right now out there. I don't know if I'll try another one or, you know, go back to this one, but I will most likely repurchase this. Again, I have a little bit in here. This I actually got when I was in Italy. And that was like 2 years ago. So I do have a bunch of other setting sprays. Did I say primer? Setting sprays that I use on a regular basis too. This is kind of in my rotation. I've been using it a lot lately, and it is running out, so I will most likely pick this back up or a version like it. I think that's all I have for makeup. I'm going to move on to hair and body. I have the Gingerbread Latte Signature Collection shower gel from Bath & Body Works. Most likely this was like fall 2 years ago, and I do like the smell of it. I don't know if it smells like gingerbread. I think it smells more like creme brulee. This is not something I like to wear this time of year. Maybe, you know, once we get into the cooler months and it's less than 90 degrees out. I like the scent. I do like the lather that Bath & Body Works does. I usually use like a shower poofy kind of thing, and it has a nice lather. The smells are always nice. These last me a while. I mean, I think I used this one, you know, fall into winter, and then stopped using it because it was becoming springtime, and I don't like to use these kind of scents in the springtime, so I switched to something else, and then brought it back the following year, and then finished it probably during the winter, early summer this year. But I generally get different scents. I usually have a couple floating around. And then I have two really old ones that are probably a year or two old that I haven't even opened yet because they're winter smells. So I'll just use those. Yeah. Hair, I have the Tresemme Ultra Firm Control Trez Gel number 5. Ultimate definition for short or layered hair. My hair is layered. It's getting longer. It's hard to believe how long my hair has gotten over the summer. It tends to go quicker over the summer. Still giving me a bit of a headache. I have changed up my hair routine quite often. I was using an OGX kind of sea salt spray for a while. Using this a little bit to kind of help tame the bangs because I need all the help I can get there. But currently right now I just kind of use this and dry it and use hairspray. Tresemme as well. I don't have one of those with me. I usually go through a can like every 2 months. And I just forget. Sometimes I just forget to throw stuff in the bag. Sometimes I just want to get rid of it and get it out of the house. Sometimes Matt takes stuff and puts it in the trash before I'm quite done with it. So, what are you gonna do? Well, I have Secret Invisible Solid Spring Breeze. Secret usually works the best for me as far as an antiperspirant. I don't know that I sweat an exorbitant amount, but my underarms do get a bit dewy, a bit damp, especially this time of year when it's kind of on the toasty side. So I normally repurchase. I do have another one. However, I was in Target yesterday, and I noticed that they have a lot more. Has your Target recently reformulated its structure? Because the last time I was there was probably about 3 months ago. It was the end of June. I found a receipt, go figure, and it was in June, and I noticed that they had started kind of reorganizing the store. They weren't fully finished yet, but they had started. So when I went back yesterday, everything was in a different place, and I kind of got the gist of it, but I think I took my shopping cart back like 3 or 4 times trying to find things. But anyway, they have some really neat stuff, new products, and I found an end cap that had Secret apparently has new deodorants that are just deodorants that are more natural, don't have the aluminum in them, things that are supposedly harmful to your skin. But they're deodorants, they're not antiperspirants. But they had those, they had something else. And then I found Schmidt's. This is Sage and Vetiver. Now, vetiver is in a lot of colognes. And what did Matt tell me it was? Like whale sperm or something like that. I don't know. I also looked it up, and it is also, I think, like in the citronella family or some kind of herb, which makes more sense because I don't know that I want to be spraying whale sperm on my wrists or my neck as a cologne or putting it in my underarms. But I know that when I looked it up, it said something about being an herb in one of the families, but I felt a little better about putting it in my underarms. But this is also formulated with hemp seed oil. There is no THC, there is no CBD or anything in it. And what you have to do, it actually tells you to hold the product momentarily onto your skin to soften on contact with body heat. Ooh. And then gently apply a small amount to the underarms. So it is a little, the smell is really nice. It's hippie-like. The sage, you can smell the sage more than the vetiver. I know vetiver is very kind of strong, potent, manly kind of smell. This is definitely more of an herbal, sagey kind of smell. I don't know if I necessarily smell hemp or anything in that, but it's a nice smell. I've heard of Schmidt's before. I was a little reluctant about trying deodorant without an antiperspirant. Honestly, right now, I'm a little sticky. And this kind of, it takes a little while for this to dry down. I'm feeling a little sticky, dare I say, a tad moist in the underarms at the moment. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, I do have another secret antiperspirant, but I do want to try this. I'll let you know probably in a future thing. I do plan on using it all. And we'll give this a run for its money for a little bit, and maybe this will be in my next empties video in another 6 months or something like that. Finally, and I think this is probably one of the most important bottles of anything that you should probably have on in your home that is very transferable for travel. And trust me, I've also found some of these at work. Somebody very smartly put them in a few of the rooms at work, is poo-pourri, the before you go toilet spray. This is particularly in tropical hibiscus. It has hibiscus, apricot, and citrus. You can get this stuff at Ulta. You can get this at Bath & Body Works. I've seen it at Michael's on the way out. As you're checking out, I've seen some there. This is essential, especially when traveling. I find it's nice to have. There are many different scents. There are some manlier scents. I think I got one there's one in Matt's bathroom that he uses that's a little stronger. But these work well. Now, you have to keep in mind, and not everybody knows how to properly use this. I've known some people to use them as like an air freshener, and that's not good because they have oils in them, and then it makes your floor slippery. And your seat slippery. So you definitely want to spray it in the toilet first. Make sure the toilet seat is lifted up, then spray, then do what you got to do and flush. And I guarantee you it makes a world of difference. So I highly recommend these. I've gotten this many times. I have another one. I have a smaller size, but this is worth it. I don't know what the price is, but get them. Get a lot of them. You will thank me for it if you've never used these before. This is number one household product as far as I'm concerned. That's all of my empties. I don't always remember to keep them. I try to when I think about it, and keep them in a bag, and it's always it's kind of fun to watch and see what other YouTubers go through, and whether they repurchase things, what their thoughts are of it, because it's something that they've used for the whole time. It's not like an instant kind of first impressions kind of thing. It's something that's been used, and you have a pretty good idea of whether you like or whether you don't by the time it's empty. So again, if you like this kind of video, please give this a thumbs up. Again, I appreciate you watching. Subscribe, ring the notifications bell. Follow me on Instagram at Pesky Snarkatarian. I really appreciate that as well. I've been posting a lot about my cat lately because she's very entertaining. She's driving me nuts right now, but I love her. Remember to always do your best, my friends, to stay as absolutely snarky as possible. And also remember, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So try and think that you can. Best case scenario. So I will see you in my next video, guys. Thanks for joining me. See you then. Bye.